between the 2 mass shootings, 3 planes, helicopters that fell out the sky, and the beef with China. We got a lot of tea to talk about, so tap in. Welcome to today's tea you need to know before you hit the dough, while you sip your cup of joy, while you hit your blow. Ready, set, let's go. I literally just saw that there was a plane crash in Fort Worth today. What is it? October 12th, Sunday, October 12th. Yeah, that's happening right now. They had a plane crash last night on the interstate. They had a plane crash in California, bitch. And they had a mass shooting in South Carolina, again, I believe, at some type of club in the middle of the night. And then they had two mass shootings in Mississippi, back to back, like Drake, bitch. DJ T is on his way, or will be by the time you see this, to Israel or wherever he going, Egypt. That's where he said he was going, to greet the hostages that Hamas is releasing as a part of the peace deal, bitch. Bruh, they fired a ton of people on Friday. Bitch, let's tap in. Y'all gonna have to tap into the early morning hustle show for sure. So they fired like a ton of people in the federal government. They fired a whole bunch of people at the CDC, but they had to rehire them, and they rehired them today. But the biggest tea is they fired a lot of people at the Board of Education that had to do with special education. They pretty much wiped all of them out, bitch. And listen, the autistic moms is pissed, bitch. You understand? And that might be a move that caused the whole cookie to crumble, but that's the early morning hustle show tea. But you be on the watch out for that shit. That's gonna be a sight to see. In addition to people being fired that we really didn't know about. So y'all remember he had that big meet with them generals. So I don't know if this was before the generals or after the generals, but he fired a whole slew of like top people, execs, like over like cybersecurity, like chief of staff for the Navy and all of this shit. So he fired these people too, bitch. Oh my God. So they keep pushing the rhetoric that this is a Democrat-led government shutdown, but that's the real tea. Hold on, we gotta see. The real tea is that even the Republicans aren't believing that, bitch. Like, the polls show, allegedly, I ain't done my research on that, but allegedly the polls show that even the Republicans have begun to blame this on the Republicans. And the Republicans are starting to switch sides. They trying to backtrack on some of their moves because they're seeing that they're doing more damage than good. For instance, Pete Hegseth said that they were building an army base, a Qatari army base in like Utah or somewhere, and then that caused them to lose the Laura Loomer. She's a devout follower. That's the one I believe that went after Jasmine Crockett. Well, she was like, oh no, this is treason. So they all backtracking. JD Vance said this morning, and he backtracked and was like, oh no, that's not what he said, even though that's literally what he said. Like, it's literally in the clip. I might have to find it for you, but it's literally in the clip. I watched that with my own 2 eyes. So I know that's what he said. So that happened. And it was something else that he said that was fucked up. Additionally, so I don't know if y'all seen the interview with Mike Johnson, and he was on the radio, like he was on the news live, and the army girl called up and was like, man, this is bad. How y'all not gonna pay us? And so then it's an overwhelming presence of army people at the food pantry. So apparently they said they wasn't gonna pay the army, and they blamed it on Democrats. But now they said because of the Democrats, they had to scrounge and find some money. Donald Trump said he directed Pete Hegseth to scrounge and find some money so that they can pay the troops on the 15th, which might still be their last payment. And they said that they got the money because everybody was like, well, you need Congress for that early morning hustle show topic. But they was just like, we got the money from the research and development department. Bitch, I don't know. That's just tea. If you want to sit down and have a coffee conversation about it, you're going to have to tune into the early morning hustle show tomorrow, bitch. Chicago, where is it? Chicago, Portland, and Memphis, but Memphis is asking for it. So, but just so y'all know, just in case y'all didn't know, that Donald Trump had tried to send the troops to Portland. A judge struck that shit down. He did send the troops to Chicago. A judge was like, no, you can't do that, and put him on a 14-day restraining order because what you're saying is not happening, and then you could try again later. And so the Trump administration tried to appeal to state it, to basically to have that knocked out because they want to be there policing them people. And Kristi Noem said that they're going to be in Chicago even more. They about to basically set up shop there. And there's some tea that I didn't know about. So sanctuary cities. And so I was wondering why they targeted these particular places. But these particular places like Oregon and Chicago are sanctuary cities. So a lot of immigrants will be there. Trust me, I've seen a lot of them while I was there. Both places. Well, I wasn't in Oregon. But I for sure in Chicago. So I can see why they're there. But, ooh. Y'all heard about all them bodies that they found in Houston, Texas, and the swamp? Now, this been going on for a while. It was like 1 or 2 bodies, and then like the girl say it was like 15 bodies. She say now it's up to 23 bodies that they keep finding in this swamp in Houston, Texas. Y'all gonna find this serial killer or no? Oh, and I don't know if we checked in since then, but I think we talked about Letitia, the DA in New York that prosecuted Trump, and he indicted her. He indicted Comey. Comey pled not guilty. And he just tried to indict or is seeking charges against John Bolton. So that's what Papa doing as well. Donald Trump renamed Indigenous People Day to Columbus Day because the Nina, the Pinta, the Santa Maria. Did y'all know that Will Ferrell, that like, he taught me the ships. I do here in the bottom while I'm drinking sangria. Hey. Y'all seen that former Cardinals player that was detained at the airport with his daughter? I don't know if this was recent, if this warm tea, hot tea, or cold tea, but it's tea nonetheless. Bruh, y'all heard JFK say that circumcisions lead to autism? Additionally, did y'all see that boy like making a new pharmaceutical deal with another company, and that boy said that prescriptions is gonna be 1,000% off? The beef with China. It took me some time to understand the beef with China, but if you want to understand the beef with China, make sure you check out the Early Morning Hustle show because I'm going to jump into that. But we got some beef with China, and we supposed to be putting 100% tariffs on the already 30% tariffs, and I think that is going to have a horrible effect on the economy and the Trump administration as a whole. That might be the final straw. And the only reason why I say that is because of the tea I found out about what's going on with Argentina, bitch. Now, we're going to have to talk about that on the Early Morning Hustle show. But a little bit of the tea is, so, like, China was one of our biggest business partners. But because of the tariff, they stopped doing business with us and started doing business with Argentina. So Argentina stole our business. But we used some of our money to financially bail Argentina out. So we're helping the competitor out, and a lot of people is real fish grease. How about that? That's the tea. I know them farmers. I know them farmers is. I know they was pissed when that boy tweeted that shit, Truth Social that shit on Friday. And then like the rare earth minerals, like, and all of that, because we'll talk about it on the Early Morning Hustle show. But that's why, like, Donald Trump is mad at China because China put more regulations on their rare earth minerals, and rare earth minerals is something that the United States needs. All right, next. All eyes on Donald Trump. This peace deal with Israel and Gaza, is it real? Like I said, he's on his way to Egypt right now to see, but that's, I think, will be a lot of the big news for this week. Like Sunday night, Monday, if those hostages aren't exchanged, what happens next? Y'all seen the knives from the Graham T? Ooh, shit. The 19 people was missing. So there was an explosion at a military explosive factory in Tennessee. It exploded and there was no survivors, bruh. And apparently Prince Andrews was still in contact with that boy Epstein after that picture came out with him and that girl. And he told him we'll play again later. But that's just the tea, you'll see. And this just in, China said if Trump imposed 100% taxes on top of tariffs on top of the tariffs, that they will and are not afraid to fight.